35192, send me a text. Email, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. Get to the very bottom of AlanCoxShow.com. If you need one of the Alan Cox Show stickers, you can always shoot me an email for that. Dr. Ryan Berglund will return to the show on Friday. Speaking of email, if you're a podcast listener and can't do it live, you can always send me a question if you have one. He's a urologist from the Cleveland Clinic who has joined us periodically for many years now, giving of his time and his talent to come in and help you guys who've got odd things going on down there south of the border. So everything from botched vasectomies to why you shouldn't clean your testicles with acid. He's got a lot of questions over the years, so we're never at a loss for those. So if you want to email me a question, you can certainly do that. Otherwise, we will take your texts and your calls live on Friday when Dr. Ryan Berglund is here for Is It Red? Also on Friday, comedian Luke Null will join us. He's doing a show with young Bill Squire. He's an SNL alum. And he's going to be doing a show at the Foundry?
Yes.
Okay. On Friday?
On Friday. And you can get tickets at BillSquire.com for that.
There you go.
And don't forget to go to AlanCoxShow.com and check out all the stuff that we have there, including the horny girl that's humping a cop. Just grinding her butt all up on him.
And the Christie's Instagram hotties.
Christie's Instagram hotties.
Up there as well. And you can watch if you're so inclined.
Yeah, and the live stream.
And Gab's sitting in tomorrow?
Yeah, Gab's going to be here tomorrow.
Gab Cruz from Sports Time, Ohio. She sat in for the first time a couple of weeks back, and it was a lot of fun. So we'll see if that can continue. You know, a lot of times, well, you know what I mean? Like, some people are great for a day.
Right.
And then they go, boy, this is, you know, what do we hear most from people who sit in? They go, I didn't realize how much work this is. Mm-hmm. They think you kind of dick around. And listen, Bill and I, we make it sound easy.
We do. We have lots of things to talk about. Yeah. And we make it sound so easy.
Hey, got another $1,000 for you in a couple of minutes, too. Is 7 a couple?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 6.5 minutes.
I thought 7 was several.
Several.
I'm sorry.
Several, and
we did have that conversation.
A few, I think, are pretty similar.
A few is 3.
No. We had the few.
We went over this.
Few and several were about the same definition. People think of few as being 3, but 7 and several are about the same.
Really?
Or several and
a few?
And a few were the same definition.
That was the scientific mathematical conclusion we came to?
I don't know.
So if I say a few of my hoes are coming through, it's more than 3.
I feel like
it could be 3 or more.
I feel like a few and several have to be different, hence the different words.
Because if I say several of my hoes are coming through, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, it's going to be like a parade.
He's going to have 7 hoes.
I think it's how we have learned to interpret them in use, the way people use them. I think people generally use several as a number more than 3, whereas few is pretty much 3 to 4.
All right, well, there you go.
Science. I don't know if that's science.
It is science. It's math.
Okay.
Math and science. You can't have one without the other. It's the universal language. Cavaliers on the road to start off their regular season. That is Wednesday night here on MMS. They're going to be playing the Orlando Magic down there. That's a 7 o'clock tip. Your pregame will begin right after we get out of here tomorrow night at 6:30, and then they will be off Thursday. They're off Friday, and then they come triumphantly home Saturday to play their first game at the Romo Fijo of the regular season against the Indiana Pacers. That'll be an 8 o'clock game on Saturday. We will be set up for the Alan Cox Show Just the Tip-Off party at the Clevelander, just uppish the street from the Romo Fijo. So 6 to 8 is when we'll be set up. Be there with Budweiser. We'll have 5 pair of tickets for Saturday's game to give away. You'll have to get water balloons into Poundcake's head hoop. He's going to have a basketball hoop hat. And we'll have him ponchoed up. And you'll have a certain amount of time to get in as many shots as you possibly can to get one of those 5 pair of tickets. So we'd love to see you downtown on Saturday. Be fun. And the Cavs game right after. Terry Pluto wrote in the Plain Dealer that the Cavs will probably have a losing season, but they're a young team, and they have a lot of work to do, and it doesn't mean that they can't play well. John Beilein, by the way.
Good coach.
Good coach comes, but imagine you get into the NBA at the age of 66. This guy has probably been approached many times. You know, some of your premier college coaches they are approached many times to join the pros.
Coach K has been hit with hundreds of offers to
course.
join an NBA team.
Yep. The Cavs kept going to Tom Izzo, who has been running the Michigan State basketball program for a long time. They went to him famously over and over and over again, and he said no, because these college coaches, they go, I'm the king of this entire campus. I'm going to make more money. I don't have to deal with millionaire egos. I can mold these kids and then send them off to someone else to deal with them. And so John Beilein, who they grabbed from the University of Michigan, never coached in the pros before. But obviously he knows what he's doing. But you figure 66 might be the time where you start thinking about maybe retiring.
Ramping down a little bit.
Ramping down. And he goes, nope, I'm gonna go for the ring at least once.
I don't know if he's going for a ring anytime soon.
The proverbial ring, the pros.
Yeah, he's going for
getting
it,
out of the college program, going to the pros.
Yeah, and I think we're going to be better than people expect. I think we're going to have a lot of close games, but I agree that we probably won't have a winning record this season. But I think there's a lot of promise with these young Bucks.
Well, if you read Terry Pluto, here are some of the predictions. Not predictions, just some things pointed out here. Jordan Clarkson is the team's most underrated player. Darius Garland, who's a rookie, excellent shooting range, natural point guard. All of these come with their caveats, of course.
Right.
Cavs will probably be looking to trade a lot of their vets. Dellavedova, Tristan Thompson, who I forget is still even on the team. Larry Nance Jr., they love.
Yeah, we like him.
And here is the prediction at the end of the column. 25 and 57.
That's fair.
For the record. That's a pretty stark.
Hey, again, they're a young team, and they're playing to learn this season, not to win. But maybe they'll surprise everybody and win more games.
But Tristan Thompson's baby mama doesn't still live here, right, Poundcake?
No.
Okay.
She
was
dipped
just
out.
What, after that whole thing blew up? Or
Yeah,
what?
she's not going to stay here. I mean, she was staying here because he was playing here. But since they're not together and they're just co-parenting, she skipped out back to Calabasas where she came from.
Alan, what does it mean when you say quite a few? That's a good question. I don't know. When people say quite a few, what precisely does that mean? Listen, I'll be honest with you. I don't know what half of what comes out of my mouth means. But I will say this. I don't know what half of what comes out of my mouth means. So, I don't know, quite a few. I don't know. Hey, listen, on the subject of a lot of people love the idea of the elderly zip line off the roof of your condo building. I can't say I disagree with them. But they that Ohio basket building that used to be, everybody's gone past this. This is out in Newark, Ohio. Used to be a basket making company. It's called the Longaberger Company. And I think it's been empty for a while, but it looks like a giant wicker picnic basket. And it's going to become a hotel. This is like a world-famous structure. I mean, it's out in the boonies, and they was the former HQ for the Longaberger Company. Would sound like a better name for a company that's making, not to be too literal about it, but a company that's making long hamburgers, right? You make that would be
Weenie
great.
burgers.
Well,
you ever watch Tiny Toons? Weenie burgers.
Weenie burgers.
They're so good to eat.
And Mr. Hero makes like long hamburgers, right?
Yeah.
Don't they make long oblong hamburgers?
I think they just use different patties. They put like a regular hamburger on a longer bun.
On a longer bun, okay.
And why are Burger King, or no, it's not Burger King, Wendy's, like, why do they have square? Why do they decide, we're going to have square hamburgers?
That was what set them apart. Dave Thomas said you can fit more of them on the grill. And we were talking about Chick-fil-A, their very first location in the United Kingdom, as soon as it opened, they got so many protests that they're going to shut it down. But now Wendy's is moving in to Europe.
I've never seen this building before.
You've never seen that giant basket building? Mm-mm. I don't remember why I drove past it, but I've driven past it a couple of times. But it will soon be a luxury hotel. So there you go.
What? Like, who's going there?
If that were a hotel, I bet they'd be sold out for months after they open
can't wait
this
to
thing.
stay in a basket.
Well, people take
like
pictures of everything. They'd be like, hey, look at this cool hotel. It's got big handles on it, and
That's the only thing that makes it different than any other building, really, is the fact that there's handles on it.
That's all it takes.
Yeah. I stay in a building, it's got handles on it.
I think that every building...
$300 a night.
All of these architects, all these world-renowned builders who are trying to find a way to get their structures, noticed, photographed. They're taking, all these amazing architectural designs and corkscrews and angles, and just put handles in your building. Every building, you want to make it look weird? Put handles on it. If you went to the people in your homeowners association and said, guys, I have come to you with amazing ideas. I have come to you with a gazebo. I've come to you with a rooftop zip line that goes directly into Lake Erie. And you have rebuffed me with extreme prejudice every time. I'm telling you, guys, put handles on this building. And then paint it white. It looks like Chinese takeout.
Oh, nice. That'd be amazing. So exciting.
Paint a red dragon on the side of it, and handles on the top.
Sleeping in a
couple of big chopstick antennas coming out.
Except you wake up in the morning and you're sleepy all over again.
I am so tired. I can't wait to take a nap. So listen,
it's like staying in this picnic basket hotel. That's gonna happen. It's like staying in a nursery rhyme. It's like Old Mother Goose.
Whatever.
If people want to.
I'm saying.
Is everything in the room going to be picnic related?
I don't know.
Sleep on a
tablecloths.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Yeah, everything's going to have the checkerboard.
Listen, they can do whatever they want. I'm just saying, you get a room in this hotel, people are going to go, oh my God, look at this. This is pretty cool. People are coming in for a meeting in Ohio, and they're from anywhere else. They go, hey. I mean, have you ever seen another building? At? It's out in Newark, Ohio.
Newark. Where's Newark?
You know where Newark. South Newark is? It's just north of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No help.
Newark is in Licking County. It's east of Columbus.
Okay.
So I think we've driven past it, on our way to Columbus. I think that's probably the most likely time. You've never seen this.
If you're driving on your way to Columbus, if it's east of Columbus, I don't know why I don't go east of Columbus all that often.
Well, yeah, we went through Columbus, and then I think we went a little bit east.
Trying to remember when you saw it.
And that's where we saw it. But it's there's no other building that I'm aware of that looks like this.
No.
Looks like a basket with handles on it. It might... To say it out loud sounds dopey.
Yeah.
But just the structure itself, I think if you were like, now, there's nothing saying that when they turn this into a hotel, they're going to keep the handles.
Well, what's the point?
That's what I'm saying.
What's the point of turning it into a hotel with that building structure and not keeping the handles?
Whoever's in charge of this, I'm telling you, nobody wants a handleless hotel. All right, I got $1,000 here for you. Chance for you to go fund yourself. Good luck.
Hey, it's Rover. Go fund yourself. We have your shot at $1,000 now. Text the nationwide keyword WINGS to the number 200-200. You'll get a text confirming entry plus iHeartRadio info, standard data, and message rate supply in this nationwide contest. That's WINGS to 200-200. Good luck and go fund yourself from 100.7 WMMS.
Now, the Longaberger Company that originally owned, they made handcrafted maple wood baskets, and that was their headquarters. And
that makes sense. If you are a basket-making company and you're working in a big basket, that's good advertising for you.
There you go.
If you're a hotel,
So you go back 3 or 4 years, they sell the building. They have a handful of employees. They move the factory out to some other town in Ohio.
You know what? We don't need our factory to look like a basket. It was a lot of money that we did not need to spend.
Right. And then a couple last year, the company's done, and get rid of everybody. So that thing's just been sitting there.
Tough out there for a basket maker.
Boy, I'll tell you what, basket making ain't what it used to be. If these people were smart, they would have had a giant snake coming out of it.
Do you ever make a basket back in elementary school for Cub Scouts or anything like that?
You
loved it?
When you'd weave the wicker?
Yeah.
Oh!
You liked that process?
I remember my dad went to London on a business trip. And he went to Harrods, which is a really well-known, I guess, I've never been to London, but a very well-known department store in London called Harrods. I was probably 10, maybe. And he brought us back these stool kits, very English. You make your own stool. And it's just wood pieces and then this twine that you wrapped around the thing and you made this cross-hatch stool. Mm-hmm. And it's still in my house somewhere that I made when I was a kid. But I loved that, because you feel like you're making something, but you're not really, because it's just a monotonous pattern. I love
I
to
mean,
make
you
them.
are making something.
Well,
we
you're
made
literally
them,
making something, but you're not like, you know,
Yeah.
you're not, you know.
It's just, yeah.
They give you the
following
material,
directions.
following
Yeah.
directions. But I loved
You're
making
just
those wicker
assembling.
baskets.
No, I didn't. I was the exact opposite, where I was just like, we have plastic bags everywhere. I don't need a wicker basket.
Well, it wasn't that we needed them.
I know,
you
but
were
what-
too pragmatic about it.
Yeah,
You-
well, I'm 8 years old. I'm like, this is. I see what this is. This is just
yeah.
busy work.
Well, but it's like it's fun to.
There's other things I'd rather do.
Yeah, well, there's always something I'd rather do, but I mean, you know, I didn't beg them to make a basket. But when they were like, "Hey, we're going to make this," you go, "Oh, it kind of shows you how to think in a different way." And
Over under. It's not that different. Over under.
That served me
That's
well
how
in
you think.
college.
Yeah.
But you know,
I didn't go to college, so
There you go.
It did nothing for me.
yeah, well. Yeah, no, you use your brain a little differently. Your fine motor skills are called into
I would have
called into
rather
play there.
have learned to knit or crochet than made baskets.
Were you too young for the whole latch hook rug craze? I remember making
Yeah.
latch hook rugs when I was a kid.
Really?
Oh my
I
God,
think there
those
was people
goddamn
doing
latch
it.
hook rugs.
I think there was people doing it, but I don't. I never participated.
Oh, I remember
I wasn't
doing
much
that.
of a participator.
All right.
No
yeah, but
trophies.
these are all solo efforts.
I know, but it's like one of those things where it becomes a craze, and I would just like anything that was like a fad. I would usually go the opposite direction.
Yeah, but if it was fun, I'm like, oh, I'm all in.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, these hooks are fun.
These
Get some-
latch hook rugs, pretty fun.
Well, when I was a little kid, I liked it. Yeah,
Okay.
I was kind of a dork. But, you know, it was like basically...
I like to destroy things, not create things.
I say it's easier to destroy than create.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it was basically a paint by numbers, but you did it with colored yarn. Those are probably somewhere. My mom
I
probably
remember
has mine
those,
in a
yeah.
box. I probably made one of a duck.
I think I did.
I probably made a
those.
Superman one.
I think
you
we did
know.
those like for Christmas ornaments.
Sure. Keeps you from touching yourself, somebody points out. Listen, and as a young...
I could be touching myself right now, but I got to make a goddamn basket.
But then you have a basket to keep all of your tissues
No.
and gloves.
Gloves.
Oh, you didn't use the gloves, Bill?
No, I'm not a glove boy.
We were very Catholic. I go, I'm touching myself, yet not at the same time. It's very sanitary.
Nice little workaround, huh?
Yeah. Alan, you guys are talking about Longaberger, where there's a Taco Bell luxury hotel in California. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay, that's
dumb
out
too.
there. I'm saying. I mean, you know, this is going to be out in.
Yeah, but that's the Taco Bell resort.
I mean, I'm
who
I'm not
cares?
sure how well a luxury hotel in Newark, you know, would do in general, but it's close enough to Columbus where you make it
It's a basket.
something.
Who cares? Who wants to live in a stupid basket?
Yeah, living there either.
I
You're
thought
just
I
staying
was.
there for a night.
Why do I always get the buzzkill crown around here?
You don't.
stupid basket.
We pass it around. I'll take the buzzkill crown when it comes to staying in a basket hotel.
All right.
People are gonna think you're a basket case.
Weave me a basket crown.
Weave me alone. I don't want to stay in your hotel.
It's dumb.
No, I'm not saying it's the greatest thing ever, but you know how people like to take...
folksy as hell.
You know how people like to take pictures of every goddamn thing they see, and most things that people take pictures of commit to film, commit to memory in their phone or whatever, are not that interesting.
And that's how the murderers find you.
At least that, you go, oh, it's not going to change my life, but it's interesting.
I live in a
it-
basket. It's so easy to find.
It's an interesting structure.
That would be in her Tinder profile.
I sense that I'm not bringing anyone over to my side.
Absolutely
on
not.
this. All right, fine. Well, when this hotel sends an invitation to one Alan Cox
How awkward
to
would-
get a VIP treatment, wink, wink, at their new bread basket hotel.
All right, have a fun time in the Jolly Green Giants lunchbox.
Yeah, imagine if there was a tornado and then it got swept up by that basket got swept up in the tornado. There's a giant basket flying around. Like no one's interested. No
But that
one
would be.
cares.
Well, what's your point?
That's a weird
That would be
thing.
a cooler death than dying in a regular building. How did he die? He got swept up.
Tornado!
They found him in the rubble of a giant bread basket. That's a cool story.
The basket hotel was not structurally
They
sound.
should see if they were smart. They would make that basket into Noah's Ark and then say, "Hey, you want to stay on Noah's Ark as the hotel?" And then all
They can't even. They already have Noah's Ark, and they can't get people to go visit.
They're bankrupt.
yeah.
Well, they did it wrong, but it wasn't a
They
hotel.
did it wrong.
They couldn't get people to bring two of every dollar.
Was it a hotel? Or was it like a museum?
Now it's like an amusement park.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If people will stay in a stupid basket, people will stay in Noah's Ark. Oh my God! Tornado!
I don't know that
Tornado! Have a petting zoo in there too.
I don't know that people will go just to stay in this basket. Like, there's not. I don't. Is it
Airbnb.
close enough to Columbus that it's going to be worth staying there?
I think it's like half an hour east
Yeah.
of Columbus, right? You have a meeting in Columbus, and they go, "Hey, we put you guys up in this bread basket."
I'd be hella pissed. I'd be hella pissed.
Why? The rooms are still going to have beds and towels and sinks. What do you care what the outside? You're only
because
going to
it
know.
also looks very isolated from everything else.
No, it's probably in an office park or something. It's
Yeah.
probably as isolated as we are out here,
Right,
which is
which-
not very.
Yeah, I mean.
you know? You go down the street, there's a Walgreens.
But if I was
there's
staying in
civilization.
Cleveland, well, I went to out of town and I stayed in this basket hotel, and up the street there was a Walgreens. And man, what a Walgreens!
I'm just saying, they have the blood
Yes,
pressure
I understand
machine and
there's
everything.
Probably stores around, but
Yeah.
when you're in like on a trip, you want to be near things to do. So you stay downtown, or you go someplace where there's nature around.
All I'm saying is that if you're traveling for business, you will invariably find yourself in an office park like this.
Right.
25 minutes from downtown. I get people all the time, Alan, I need places to go. I'm going to Chicago for business. I always say, where are you going? Because I know they're probably not going into the city. They go, I'm in Rosemont or I'm in Waukegan. And I go, okay, that's an hour north of downtown. And I don't really know the suburbs that well. I'm like, if you're right downtown, I can give you 100 places to go.
The simple answer from now on:
Are you staying in a bread
stop
basket
asking.
hotel?
You're making it way too difficult on yourself. All you have to say is go to medieval times.
But that's an hour outside the city.
Who cares?
It's in
Just
Schaumburg.
Tell them. Go to medieval times.
Love medieval times.
I've never been. I want to go for.
So
I've
fun.
wanted to go for a very long time.
So fun. We took my older kids when they were younger.
Maybe that's what I'll do for my birthday this year.
Medieval times.
Medieval times.
Closest one, I think. It's Toronto or Chicago.
Okay, probably Chicago.
Toronto might be. We're probably equidistant from those two.
Yeah, I'll figure one out.
I don't know if there are Canadian nights at the one in Toronto. More mutton, eh? All right, I got a break. I will have those tickets for you shortly to see whom. Oh, Joe Rogan. And Mansfield Blood Prison, too, if you want to get out there for Halloween. No Halloween season is complete without getting out to the Ohio State Reformatory. 35192 if you want to text.
The Alan Cox Show on 100.7 WMMS. And everywhere you go on our free iHeartRadio